So we are very happy to have you here, Daniela. How do you like Iceland? ¿Cómo te gusta Islandia?
Me encanta, estoy súper feliz de estar aquí.
Yeah, I'll do it, okay. No, pero Carolina, quédate mejor, sí. Es una broma, pero preguntamos eso siempre para los visitantes en Islandia. Pero welcome and thank you for this inspiring, amazing, human, passionate film. This wonderful story about this amazing family. Could you tell us a bit about the preparation period of the film?
Esta es una película que nuestro fin era que parezca que la cámara está ahí y que las cosas pasan delante de la cámara, pero en realidad es una película hecha, todo está minuciosamente pensado.
The intention of the film was to have the camera present and kind of make the audience feel that everything was naturally flowing over, but in fact it was really well prepared.
And how was your work with the director? Did you come in earlier? And how was the planning? And because the actors are not professional actors, and you were working for what, five months, or how was it with a group?
Yo trabajé como 9 meses antes de que empiece la película y como para entender hay como un casting de 9.000 personas de la zona, ¿no? Que tenían que ser específicamente payeses y campesinos de la zona con ese acento, 9.000 personas.
So she worked for 9 months preparing the film, and they did a casting for 9,000 people around the area. There's these people from the area, it's called payeses, and they speak Catalan, but with a kind of a cadence or an accent. So they really have to do a really intense and extensive casting to find all these people who actually plays the roles that are just matching those characters.
También con las locaciones, han sido casi 2 años buscando las locaciones.
They were also for 2 years looking for the locations.
Todo está muy pensado, muy pensado y minuciosamente trabajado. Hay mucho trabajo detrás, y nuestro fin es que no parezca que está trabajado.
So there's really a lot of work behind it. It's really taken care of and curated. But their aim was to kind of show to the audience what it was the other way around. That it was kind of improvising and flowing in a way.
Y como pueden ver, o sea, bueno, en los créditos, cada uno tiene un apellido diferente.
They're all different people. They're not playing themselves, right? Yeah.
No son familia, no se conocían.
Yeah, they didn't know each other. They were not familiar.
Pero ha habido como un trabajo de preproducción, de ensayos de 5 meses para que ellos crean esa relación entre ellos.
So the family itself was working together for 5 months before the shooting to create those bonds and how the director worked with the cast so they could really feel that they were a family, and that's how we get that impression, that they actually are like a real family.
Con escenas que no están en la película.
There's a lot of scenes that are cut out of the film as well that they work on.
So this period of pre-production, shooting, and then this big success of the film, winning Berlinale Golden Bear, and just a magnificent travel after all this hard work. You've been working 9 months preparing, 5 months with actors, shooting, so that it continues and continues. And are you still, and then you came just to Iceland, working in a TV series for 5 months in south of Spain in the heat, and straight to Iceland, and we just want to congratulate you for being, your work as a cinematographer is just amazing and very inspiring. So maybe we should just ask if any of you have questions. Does anybody have a question? Just raise the hands and we will run with a microphone to you.
Please.
Just hold the hand up. Yeah, you can either speak loudly or use a microphone.
Hola. Yeah, sorry, I make the question in Spanish, but to have. Quisiera, preguntar, felicitar primero, increíble película. Y ¿cuál es tu conexión con este espacio y esta forma de vida que me llama mucho la atención, con toda esta preparación que hubo pues detrás, pero que a ti como directora, ¿qué te conecta? O sea, ¿tú viviste en un espacio parecido o en este lugar? ¿O qué es lo que te generó pues precisamente hacer todo ese detalle en la película?
So they're basically asking where's the connection between Daniela, our director of photography, and the way she works in the film to kind of get the sensibility around the theme. And like that family and how they created, the mood and the ambient, and if this has anything to do with it.
So do you connect with the people in the village, especially?
I'm gonna stay here because the light is better. Carla es una directora tan increíble, o sea, tan profunda que me llevó a... Yo no tengo ninguna conexión con este mundo, nada. Pero claro, cuando leí el guión, había algo humano que trascendía.
So she doesn't have really any connection with this story, but the director just works really detailedly, and she just took her inside that world and bring her like all the references and things that touch her in like the human character of the whole environment.
Unos 7 meses antes de rodar me llevó al pueblo a hablar con sus tíos, a dormir donde el abuelo, a pisar esa tierra y a conocer la
So 7 months before they actually shoot, they went into the village and they met with the people and talked to them and slept in the house of the grandfather, and they were like walking in the land and kind of like, yeah.
Porque esta es la historia de sus tíos maternos.
So this is like the story of like the family of Carla, like the director of the film. So that's it. She is related to the actual theme. I mean, it's fiction, but of course, she will have some references there for sure.
Entonces ella me llevó ahí y ahí es donde dices, entiendo lo que quiero contar, ¿no? Lo que ella quiere contar, y estoy con ella totalmente, porque quizás si esa semana no me llevaba a conocer esa familia y la profundidad y la importancia de contar esto, sería diferente, ¿no?
So yeah, she believes that it was really important for her to go to this land and be in touch of how the director wanted to tell the story and how to involve her visually to actually translate that story into images.
Pero esa es la historia de una directora de fotografía. Te tienes que meter en los pies del director, ¿no? En la cabeza y estar ahí dentro, ¿no?
So that's what cinematographers do. They basically just jump inside the head of the director and work from there.
Any other questions? Does anybody have questions for Daniela?
Please, or for
Don't be shy. It's always better to have questions at a Q&A. Yes. Otra. Vamos a traducir directamente. Sí.
Bueno, felicidades. Antes que nada,
Gracias.
una pregunta.
So he's asking what was the most challenging moment of the whole production, like how it went, and if there was like moments on it that they have to take decisions that were difficult, and how do you confront that?
Yo creo que lo más complicado es trabajar con no actores, ¿sabes? Y cuando hay un momento donde no suceden las cosas con la naturalidad que quieres, muchas veces tienes que cambiar la manera en la que estás rodando, ¿no?
So the hardest thing was maybe working with the non-actors, and they always had to be hidden in a way that maybe professional actors have their mark and they are ready to work with the camera unit and the lighting unit, but everything evolved around the family, the non-actors, and they were sort of like, it had to be as natural as possible. So they were just like flies on a wall in a certain way, which is a different way to work.
Sí, muchas veces no es, o sea, es una combinación de lo que pasa delante de la cámara y lo que pasa detrás de la cámara, y ellos pueden estar haciendo exactamente lo mismo, pero depende cómo tú estés con la cámara, ¿no?
So basically, as I said, the most challenging part was like when the actors that are not professional, they don't really deliver the results that the director and the cinematographer want, so they have to really change the way around they work. So it's a mixing between what is happening in front of the camera and what is happening behind the camera. So they might be doing the same thing, but they have to change the way they work. Yeah.
Y también siempre o sea, para mí como directora de fotografía, lo más difícil siempre era, bueno, que es que ellos son el centro de todo, ¿no? Entonces siempre iluminar y la manera de estar en el set, de manejar la cámara. A veces los equipos de cámara son muy ruidosos o te crees que eres lo más importante en la película, y no, lo más importante son ellos. Teníamos que ser muy amables y muy tranquilos, que siempre la iluminación esté fuera del set, ¿sabes? Que entren por las ventanas, y la manera de estar ahí lo más tranquila posible para que ellos estén felices actuando. Porque no tenían ni sabían cómo se hacía una película, ¿sabes?
So it was really important for the camera team to work like on the set with like really calm and kind of like make the actors feel comfortable, because they don't really know how to make a film. So instead of like trying like having like a noisy set or a set that is like highly occupied by people or equipment, or they try to like bring the lights always out of the set and kind of illuminate from there, so they could create like a cozy atmosphere, so they could feel like confident and they could deliver that naturality that they were looking for.
Entonces hay una combinación de también cómo se produce la escena, cómo estás dentro de la escena, eso de la iluminación fuera, nosotros tranquilos, y también que el resultado se vea natural, que no parezca que hay iluminación, que el trabajo de la cámara no esté por encima de ellos, lo que importa son ellos.
So what was really important for them was that the most relevant or the higher in the hierarchy were the actors. So the camera will not show, the light will not show, everything needs to be natural. So even if they were like lighting up the set and trying to like, you know, of course gain the image they wanted, it was all about the actors. I wanted to ask you, Daniela, were you operating by yourself? Do you have somebody else operating as well? Because I was just thinking, you know, like that camera, carrying it around the pitches, up and down, in and out, and then there's kind of like a Steadicam work as well, right? And when you follow the actors, no, it's handheld. Oh my God! Okay. I was just wondering, you know, like how that worked.
Aunque no parezca, es una película muy compleja de hacer, y la cámara la ha operado Gonzalo Reyón, un operador de cámara de mano impresionante. Todo es cámara de mano, todo.
Wow.
Y además yo tenía que pensar en otras cosas.
So she just said that she actually like the film might look like there was a simple shooting and production, but in fact it was very kind of complicated and with multiple sets and I guess. So it was all handheld. I thought sometimes by seeing it that it was like Steadicam because all the shots seems like stable enough, but she said no. He said that, what was his name again? Gonzalo Rayon was the operator and he's like really good in what he does, obviously. And then of course he was just also dealing with the whole look and other matters that a cinematographer has to get on. Yeah, that's interesting.
And this brings us closer to the characters because there are so many main characters and the camera work brings us inside of their mind and head and brings us closer to them. So this is extraordinary work. And I wouldn't be surprised that the non-actors get many prizes worldwide for their good acting, and I think that this also, because filmmaking is not a solo job, it's a group job, so and a group effort. So I think that you played a very important role in that, and we are very proud and honored to have had you in Iceland. Thank you so much, and just some final words if you want.
No, solo muy contenta. No, muy feliz de estar aquí, súper
Just happy to be here.
Que la película viaje, que se siente, espero que les haya gustado.
And the film is traveling.
Sí, y que esa pequeña historia de un lugar tan específico os llegue, espero que
And
les
this
haya gustado.
beautiful story from this small place just goes into your heart, maybe. Thank you so much for
Muchas
coming.
gracias.
For having us.